Good day, everybody. So I want to share with you now why in my investigation it led me to realize that a driver's license only becomes a law after accepting the contract, meaning that if you are in court for some issue because you don't have a driver's license or you don't have insurance or something, the reason you're in court is because you're in a contract, and the court has been presented with evidence that you have breached this contract. So what's the contract about? So what you do investigate, right? Decided to share this with Uno, and I welcome Uno to investigate it. Anything that pertains to the driver's license, to registration of car and insurance, then basically they rely authority from this publication right here called the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act. And this, you could find it under the substantive laws of Belize. So this one day get published in the Gazette for the public to see. Now one company wanted to give a public offer to the people of the land to contract with corporate government and agents of the crown. This is a public offer, and if somebody chooses to accept this offer, they go into contract and they work for the agents or represent the agents or represent the crown. So when we see, this is what I come to learn, is that when we see substantive laws of Belize, that's what you're going to hear in the magistrates courts, substantive laws of Belize, and you're going to read all of the acts for certain people to perform. So we're going to see public trustees fall under this, public officers, these are their laws, legal persons registered with Belize, this is their laws, government employees, that's for them. This applies to government employees. And interestingly enough, this is the indigenous and native people consenting to be employed and governed under corporate rule. If we, people of the land, choose to work for the crown, choose to work for the corporation and consent to the contract, we are accepting being governed under the substantive laws of Belize, and then we are under obligation to perform the acts that are laid out under the substantive laws of Belize. So Belize being a registered corporation, and if you do some more investigation, you'll find out that this corporation right here is a bankrupt corporation. And the reason that it can operate under bankruptcy is because it's under trust, meaning that it is being entrusted with a lot of property, and that property is what is being used to keep this corporation afloat and operating. They're administrating the business affairs and properties of the people, which are the titles. So, do you register your land to Belize? Yes, you do. Do you register your car to Belize? Yes, you do. Do you register your kids to Belize? Yes, you do. Your house? Yes, you do. Do you register things, your gun, your anything, your business to Belize? All those things that is registered to this corporation, it goes in a trust, and they convert it in titles, and these titles are what this corporation uses to fund everything, to monetize, or it monetizes the titles. So the people hand over the property to the corporation, and they are supposed to administrate the people's property for the benefit of the people. But you see, a very interesting thing happens. How many of you, right? How many of you have claimed your property? How many have claimed your property? How about your name? Do you have any evidence? Do you right now have any evidence that the name that you have is your property and that you hold all the rights to that property? If any money is made, any profit or any interest is made from your property, do you have any evidence to show, to support it? Because if you don't, guess who does? They have evidence, because everything we register, everything you register, they register it in a way that makes them the legal holders. The legal holders of the titles, and they get to control it. And they then, because they claim our properties, claim our name, they get to reap the benefits. So if we don't know how to claim our property, and we don't know how to distinguish corporate offers to contract under corporate laws, if we don't know how to distinguish these things here, we'll end up being recognized as one of these right here. And this has its jurisdiction. The magistrate courts have jurisdiction over these right here. But if there is no contract, right? If there is no contract, there's no jurisdiction. This right here is an offer to contract. Do you have any evidence supporting that you do not accept this public offer to contract where you are not the beneficiary? Because if you don't have any proof that this right here, you're not an employee, you're not a trustee, you're not a legal, you don't have any proof of this, then you're going to be assumed this. And then you're going to be required to have a driver's license. And they're going to be able to pull you over anytime because you registered your property and you got a certificate of title, which is not the title, and you didn't clarify how you wanted to transfer your property to them. So if we register with the corporation, we do a transfer of property. We're transferring property. And when we transfer property, we transfer rights as well. So if we give them rights to our property, what consideration have they given us? Because if there's no consideration, then there cannot be a contract. So that is why I came to the conclusion that I do not require to have a driver's license because I don't identify being any of these right here. So think about it. Hope this makes a little bit of sense to you guys.